Check out more podcasts like this one at WLFE-DB.com. And check us out on Facebook, Instagram, Twitter, and so much more. Make sure you like and follow WLFE-DB Radio Network, where you're part of the family. Step into the paranormal with Ernie Atwell and David Seiler, brought to you by Paranormal Inc., right here on WLFE DB Radio.
Well, good morning. Day 3 at the Bash. Hello, everybody.
Well, good morning, Dave.
Good morning, Ernie. How you doing,
sir?
brother?
Well, afternoon now.
Yeah, thereabouts. And always as thanks, John.
What's up, John?
You're not invisible to us.
Good afternoon, Invisible John.
So we have lots of guests lined up. So we're actually going to kind of call in our first one now. If she's paying attention, come on in. Pull up a chair, stay a while. And as Ernie breaks his mic right off the gate, good job, Ernie. Pull up a chair, stay a while.
I had a few comments about that, but
Yeah,
I'll keep them to
and
myself.
don't be afraid to chew on the mic. And he broke the mic. See, that's the story of his life right there.
I have no comment. I'm just going to keep that to myself and clean.
Very good. Yeah, no, I'm not.
I didn't see that one.
So tell us who you are. What are you doing? Why are you here at the Bash?
All right. I'm Marcy Toot. I do research.
closer.
A little closer. All right. Moving in.
Moving in, moving out, moving up, moving down.
You're so my
Foxes.
dance partner. You're so my dance partner now.
Anyway,
Sorry.
how you guys doing? Off to the side here where you can't see, we got the SOS Team Paranormal Camp. And
Make some
Desmond.
noise, y'all.
Desmond is hiding behind them trying to avoid us.
No, that's not what he's hiding behind him
Oh,
for.
okay.
He's scared of them. No.
Desmond was our face paint model yesterday.
Yes. And he looked very, very, very good. You know,
He did good.
Hey. So we have a kids camp here too. If y'all come up, it's
It
only
is.
$10 to get in, but the kids camp is out front.
It's fantastic.
And yeah, the kids are doing great. They're doing free face painting. There's an obstacle course, a whole bunch of others. Yep.
There's like a camp set out there you can go through and check it all out.
Nice.
Definitely.
So, Marcy, is this your first year, second year, third year? with the
Infinite
Bash?
year. This is my first year at the Bash, and I'm excited to be here. I've heard great things about it. I'm here to support the PA Wounded Warriors and Heroes for Hire, and what an outstanding cause. I mean, my heart is so full. I was brought to tears a couple of times this weekend with some of the stories and
Amen.
the accounts of these children
Right.
and their families and these heroes that serve us every single day. My husband's a Marine, so
Amen.
it means a lot to me to be here and to support this and be a part of it with all of you guys and Stephen.
So, before we cut up a little bit,
Yeah.
one serious question.
Oh, serious.
I'm not trying to put you on the spot.
Let me get ready for it.
After making it through 2 days of this and meeting everybody and hanging out, sum up for everybody watching or listening, in your opinion, what is the paranormal family all about?
Wow, this is a community. It is a paranormal family. And I have had the privilege of meeting so many wonderful people who put their heart and souls into everything they do and supporting each other. That's
Right.
an amazing thing to see, is everybody collaborating, everybody supporting each other. And you see people helping each other move their stuff around, getting
Right.
things in and out, and networking with one another. It's just great. I've got to say, it just really...
It's like none other, is it?
It really isn't. I mean, this is a relaxing atmosphere. It's welcoming. It's family friendly,
And the good thing is, with the paranormal family, I mean, we're scattered all over the country. We
Yes.
come to all these events, we meet up and all that. But it just spans so far beyond that. You know what I mean? We all have lives. And we all go through, I mean, Dave and I, this past year and a half, I mean, we went through some serious stuff in our personal
We've been
lives.
blessed
and
with how much stuff we're getting.
yeah, and if it wasn't for the paranormal family with all the thoughts and prayers and kind words and, we wouldn't have made it through.
It
and
is a prayer
it
warriors.
it reaches so much more than just paranormal.
It does.
You know what I mean?
People outreach to one another, and they're there for each other, and on a personal level, not just paranormal,
Right.
but on a personal.
Yep.
Yeah,
No.
and the good thing is, like today when the lights go out and the doors get locked and everybody's banners come down, we're still in constant contact with each other, like 24/7. All of us, all the adults here, we're worse than the children on the cell phones, with contacting each other and sharing everything. And
Everybody's
that's what
got their phone
that's what it's
out,
about.
doing
That's
the
what it's
selfies.
about.
Oh yeah, but you know
awesome.
what? Promoting each other is important, and that's
You
part of
gotta-
supporting each other.
You have to stick together and help each other
Amen.
out.
Yeah.
We are all in this for the same exact reason,
Amen.
the same exact cause, and everyone's looking for the same answers.
Yep.
Yes.
Yep.
And like I was explaining yesterday when here, you've seen how many people been in and out of here.
Oh my gosh, there's been tons of people. Yeah.
Everybody's here for the same reason.
Yep.
We know today or this weekend it's about the wounded warriors. It's about the children.
Yep.
Everybody you see coming down that hall, everybody you see wandering this hall, all that energy, all that love, and everybody's thoughts are all on the same exact thing. And you can actually feel that.
Yes.
You can feel that when you walk in here.
Friday was fantastic getting here, watching everybody getting themselves put together, set up, and like I
Right.
said, helping each other out, just helping each other out.
Now, that's two important people walking in right
Oh,
now.
There you go.
Jack Hanna and Tony DeVille.
We Oh my gosh, that's funny. But you're right. I mean, throughout the course of the weekend, I've seen people reunite with people they've known forever. People that, the Facebook world.
Well, this is the first
has
time I
connect-
met you.
I know,
was
nice to meet you.
a couple days ago.
Yep.
But you see each other on Facebook. You see your body of work and everything everybody's doing out there. And to have a moment like this where everybody can come together,
It's just amazing.
it's great because
incredible.
you get that face to face.
And the good thing about it is, it seems that the ghost hunting and all this and that, it always kicks up from the spring till the fall.
busy
But
season.
exactly. However, the events, everything the paranormal family's in, it's year round.
Yes.
So
Yeah.
we're not going to hold you
Yep.
up anymore.
Yep. We got a whole line of people there.
Thank you. I know you got a lot of guests. My dance
Nothing wrong,
partner.
thank you.
That's my dance partner. See you guys
In
later.
about 30 minutes out on the deck.
Oh yeah, we're there.
All right. So,
Let me take the honors of this one.
yep. All right. Well, we got two on the side here before we go there.
Which one we doing?
Yep.
Okay.
Them first.
All right. Next,
Next.
we are
Next
going
to
to
the
have
cut chopping block.
joining us.
Live mom. Come on in, baby.
I'll get in the middle.
Yeah, she gonna be in the. You come in too, Ray? No, you ain't getting this. Come on in. All right, take her in your seat because he left. You snooze, you lose. So, for those of you who don't know,
I'll just stand here.
this is Miss Melody. You want to introduce yourself? I'll let you introduce.
Hi, yes, I am
Hi,
Melody.
everybody.
Yes.
Oh, wait a minute, that's Cindy.
Hello. Why, we have a delay here on both?
Yeah, well, no, this
No,
is the
this-
live one.
this
This is
one's-
what's actually broadcasting.
Oh, gotcha.
So, yeah, so
Awesome.
Ray, you're just getting here, see?
I see that.
I was going to say, Ray's just coming in.
If you would have did it quick enough, it would have just looked like you appeared.
We did that yesterday.
Bam.
Nice.
So tell us about yourself. Who are you? What do you do? What are you doing here?
I'm here. I come to see you.
I know. Ooh, baby.
Oh, yeah.
Hey, Ray, look, a distraction.
Friends
over
in
there.
high places.
No, just kidding.
I catch everything.
No, I'm Melody. I am the tattooed medium, and I just came here to do some readings. I came with a bunch of friends, and we're just here doing readings.
So
And Ray?
tell us about what kind of readings you doing.
I actually just like to do readings to bring closure. I talk to loved ones on the other side. That's basically what I do.
Okay.
I
So
like to
you
talk
have
to
some kind of event coming up, don't you?
I do, and I brought a little flyer here.
So, hey,
Little
Cindy, can
tiny
you shove this
one.
right in front of the camera for a minute?
Yes.
Thank you.
It's the Awake Fair,
There you
and
go.
that is
That-
September 28th and 29th in Charlestown, West Virginia.
If you jump on Facebook and
Yes.
type Awake Holistic Fair, you can find it very easily, or find it off of the Paranormal Inc. site, which you can find that right here.
Yep.
Dave and I actually had the honor of leading the investigation there 2 years ago
Yes.
Yes, with Dan.
with Dan Class.
They invited you back.
Unfortunately,
No, they haven't. Wait a minute. No. I was
I
gonna
was
say,
going
wait
to
a
say
minute.
probably because we know Dan Class.
My invitation got lost in the mail.
But
I
it was
actually
it was
moved
amazing.
Yeah, I
was
moved it
amazing.
outside, so it's an outdoor event this year. We're not at the McFarland House, but you know, there's no investigations.
Where's it at this year?
But it did fall on National Ghost Hunting Day, so
Oh, nice.
that's what I'm a little worried about
Nice.
because a lot of
Yeah.
people are going to be doing that, so I'm not going
Yeah,
to have
but what better day than
And we're right next to Antietam.
Nice.
exactly?
So
And tell 'em
we're
about the
right
fire
there.
dancers.
Yeah, I do have fire dancers.
That's
A whole
amazing.
group of fire
Yeah.
dancers. We're gonna have drum circles.
They're amazing.
There'll be some belly dancers there. Ray will be belly dancing. Don't.
Yeah, Ray does the best. Oh,
He'll
wait.
be taking his shirt off. No, shush, Mel.
By the way, let's introduce the guy standing behind us. He's kind of important, too.
Yeah. Oh, him.
No, she can talk.
There's a reason I didn't introduce him.
He's just jealous I have more hair.
Yes.
There's another reason that I didn't introduce him.
What's that?
He owes me some caramel apples.
Oh.
You know, I
Yeah,
haven't
true.
actually made any.
I actually still have the little green boot that you stuck in it, so I'll provide my own little green boot.
But, you know, I have looked for
True.
the caramel, and I have not been able to find that same kind to make them.
They were good though.
Good morning, Tammy.
They were pretty
You
amazing.
can ask her. I've been looking, but
They were good.
just hasn't
Yes.
happened.
Nice.
But
So
yeah.
where can they find you inside the bash?
Yeah. As soon as you walk in the door, it's just right there.
Right down.
Right in that second
Look-
aisle
look
over.
for
Just come
the
on
beautiful
over.
lady in the stud muffin. So
Oh,
we're
Lord.
not going to hold you up too much.
Would you stop that? I have to deal with them all day.
Oh.
I mean, come here, Ray.
I have to deal with them. Stop.
All right. So thank you. Thank you
Yes,
for giving
thank
the
you
time.
guys. Thank you.
Always a
Thank
pleasure
you.
seeing you
Always.
guys.
Nice.
Yes, and like I said, you're more than welcome to come, but I have a feeling you guys have an event coming. I think you had one.
We
for
may.
Ghost Hunting Day.
I don't.
We're in
think-
Gettysburg.
We're in
I think
Gettysburg.
you are.
What-
Yeah,
what's
I
the
remember
address?
seeing
Four score
Well,
and
what is
7
it?
beers ago? No. But
All right, guys. Thank
you for coming. Thank
Yes,
you. Thank you. Thank you.
You guys.
Miss Cherie is next.
Hey, there's a song about that.
Grab her.
You didn't sing that?
What?
There's a song for that.
Which one? Oh, Sherry.
Before we bring his next guest in, I want everybody to take a moment and think about, I believe it was 2006.
Okay.
There was a little show came on that completely swept the nation.
Yep, I remember the show. It was
called
an awesome
Ghost
show.
Hunters.
Yes.
Everybody remembers that?
Awesome show.
We have a very special guest about to join us from Ghost Hunters, from the TAP team.
Yep.
Come on in with us.
Can we get a round of applause? Thank you very much. Thank you. Come on in, join the party. What's up, girlie?
Hi.
That's the live one that we're 20-second delay
Oh,
on
am I
there.
looking there?
That one's live. This
That was
one's
actually
20
what's
seconds
showing on
away.
Facebook.
Oh, I get to see myself walking in.
So, yeah, there you go.
So for those of you that don't know, introduce
who
yourself,
you are.
who you are, what you do, where you hail from, etc.
Hi. Hi. My, my name is Sherry Ventura. I'm Sherry. Oh my God, that's my married. My.
We've confused her. It's okay.
Wow, I just
This
like,
is Sherry
ran back
speaking.
6 years
Take
ago.
2 and
Oh my
action.
God. Hi, I'm Sherry DiBenedetti.
There you go.
There you go.
Who am I today? From Ghost Hunters.
Don't be afraid of it. It doesn't bite often.
Oh yeah.
Sort of
I
like
know, it is,
Ernie.
Yeah.
Oh.
Oh boy.
No, it's right.
Is that?
Always,
Yeah.
always the whipping boy.
So anyways.
So you were, what show were you on?
I was on Ghost Hunters.
I think I might have caught an
Might have
episode
seen
of
that.
that or two.
Hello, Bill Reed.
Yes, on seasons 10 and 11.
Wow.
Nice.
Yeah.
And what did you do on the show?
I investigated.
And did you have fun?
I did have a lot of fun.
What did you see? What did you find?
Oh,
No, let's
I
make
found
it
some ghosts.
Let's make it. We got this fly
What
swarming
is
around
going
here.
on?
Let's make it simple. What was one of your most memorable locations you investigated?
Jeez, I on the show actually liked the Constitution. That was really, I really loved that one only because, well, first of all, we had definitely had some experiences on there, but in the Boston, I'm from Boston, so from the Boston Harbor, we used to charter boats and stuff. So we used to go by this ship all the time. So I thought it was pretty cool to actually be able to get in there and actually investigate it. So that
So
was
that was
that was
real
pretty
close to you.
exciting. It was, yeah.
See, that's what we were talking about.
I'm hearing a ship.
We were talking about
My
yesterday.
ship came in, yay! Oh, sorry.
We were talking yesterday at breakfast that we got a call in our own neighborhood, 10 minutes from our where we live,
Right.
a location that we both go past at least twice every day.
Twice a day.
Right.
And they called us to come in. They were having activity.
It was a car dealership.
Yeah, we really didn't.
Oh.
Yeah, we didn't expect much. But to date,
we were joking on the way there about somebody getting sticker shock, having a heart. We were joking
but
about
to
it.
date, that was one of the most active
yeah.
places that we've ever been in. It was right like 10 minutes from us.
We
yeah.
didn't get in 3 steps in the door when things start bumping, moving, scratching, just door closing.
And we
things
had Mike King with us, the world's biggest skeptic.
Yup.
So that validated it even that much more.
Oh, nice.
So before, I know you're busy, and I know you got a flight to catch, but just give us a quick thought on how you think the bash is going, or when, or
Cindy.
Oh my God, there were so many people here yesterday. It was crazy. I wasn't expecting that many people. So it was amazing. And of course, the benefits are just absolutely amazing. They do such a great job. I will most likely be here next year.
we will see to it.
Yeah,
Awesome.
I
Awesome.
will really try to get down here. So I don't know. It's really awesome. People definitely should get down
We
here.
will make sure you are here.
Definitely.
You're gonna make sure?
So what have you enjoyed about the bash so far?
Oh my God. Well,
Her
just,
table's next to Paranormal Inc.
Yeah, I'm right next door to you guys. Definitely made a difference. I'll put that in the request for next year.
There you go. Can I have whoever takes care of the seating chart meet us over
You
here,
heard
please?
it.
But Sherry, we really appreciate your time. We know you're a busy lady, and
Thank you.
Thank you
know,
for coming and thanks for being on.
my quick personal opinion is, we've all been doing this a very long time, but as far as bringing it mainstream, without Taps and all you guys and everything you did and all the places you went and all the hard work and explaining that you all did every week, we wouldn't be where we're at. So thanks to all you guys. And thank you again, and we will see you inside.
You're awesome.
Thanks.
Thank you.
See you later.
So our next guest coming up.
Here, I'll let Batman take my seat.
There's
Yeah, I'm gonna
enough
let
room. Come
Batman,
on in.
You're gonna take
All
my
right.
seat.
So let me explain this next person that's coming in. Last year, while I was at the bash, I met a wonderful man named John Buckland, and he introduced me to this wonderful man who's sitting down right now. Batman is running a program called H4H Foundation, Heroes for Hope.
Heroes for Hire.
Heroes for Hire. Sorry.
There you go.
My Dyslexics of the World on Time. Comes with a Batmobile. Really cool stuff. But what does it actually mean? This man right here goes to the school systems, talks about bullying, talking about inspiration, hope. He also takes children who are with terminal diseases and not only gives them hope, inspiration, and takeaways, but he also gives them rides in the Hope Mobile, which is completely awesome. It's a full-size Batmobile that the kids love along the way. Last year we took on a project. His name was Connor. He was a young man who had terminal cancer to his brain. John ended up with H4H Foundation buying the young man's casket, made his beautiful lime green, had all the decorations on it. Was awesomeness. So first of all, welcome and thank you for all you do.
Hey, man. Appreciate you.
So
Good to see you.
tell me all about what's going on. Give me the I gave you just the high end. Give me the overview.
Man, how long do I have?
We have another 30 minutes. You want it?
30 minutes. Well, it takes about that long just to do the introduction, I think. But I started this 7 years ago, so I'm literally probably the world's only full-time Batman. But I originally started it because of all the different things that kids and families are experiencing with the pain epidemic. So we got, bullying, drugs, suicide, just about everything you can imagine going on.
Awesome.
So I wanted to make an impact on that. I myself went through really bad, childhood sexual abuse and suicide and depression and drug addiction and the wrong side of the law and everything years ago. So I wanted to take the pain from those experiences and do something powerful with it, because it does you no good to go through things in your life if you don't put it to work for the benefit
Amen.
of others. If you go through difficult things in your life and you don't turn that pain into power, then pretty much you've suffered for nothing.
Amen,
So you got
brother.
to repurpose the pain in your life, which is what I decided to do on September 4th of 2012. I was home from Iraq for 2 years. I was
Thank
a
you for
fireman
your
over
service.
there. Thank you. I was a Department of Defense firefighter over there, and I came home and I was just kind of, wandering through like a lot of vets do, and trying to figure out what the purpose and what my meaning was going to be. And then God woke me up at 2:30 in the morning, September 4th of 2012, told me to be Batman. So I don't argue with God much.
Yeah.
And I try.
You'll
and
lose that battle either way.
yeah, and I try not to question.
Yep.
I try not to question his ideas because I knew it wasn't my idea. I didn't know anything about Batman as a kid. So because as a kid, growing up, I was part of I was one of the victims of the Boy Scout sexual abuse scandal that happened in the '80s. Just all kinds of stuff. Just a train wreck of a life. And I started this Batman thing, and I never knew it would evolve to what it's become now. But we started doing some things with kids that were fighting terminal illnesses, and we laid a couple to rest in the beginning.
Okay.
And then I always wanted to have a Batmobile to do something special for those kids while they were alive, and then also to honor them after they pass. So there's tons of Batmobiles out there, but I wanted it to be different than just another car to take a picture with. So I was doing funerals through that time, and when the Batmobile was finally completed, our family decided we got to get this thing built, and we just couldn't get donations for the project to save our lives. So we put a mortgage on our house for $200,000 and built the car ourselves. And it was the best money we ever went in debt for. And so now we've got 31 plaques on the car for kids that we've helped lay to rest.
Amen.
We've been blessed to help honor. About half of those kids actually rode with me in the car before they passed away. And that's only one small portion of what we do. So, we visit the kids that are sick, but on top of that, now I'm doing, hundreds of school assemblies. I've done over 700 school assemblies all over the country. Bullying, drugs, teen suicide, school violence prevention, everything is included in my visit message. So that way I'm reaching everyone who's going through anything, and even the ones that aren't going through anything, I'm still reaching them to
Amen,
give them,
brother. Amen.
trying to give them some empathy toward the kids that do go through things. So my school assemblies are pretty powerful. When I go to middle schools and high schools, the cowl comes off. I take the headpiece off and I talk to those kids as myself. And I share the complete story of my, the sexual abuse I went through, the drug addiction, everything, because that's what gets these kids talking.
Yep.
And you got to get these kids talking so they stop killing themselves and killing each other.
Yep. You teach them that you can't bottle it up, because if you keep it inside, it's going to eat you alive.
Yeah.
If you let people know and let it out, it'll just help clean you.
Well, and that's what you got. The reason we have all the problems we have in the world today,
Come here, cutie pie. Come on in.
especially in this country.
Come on in.
Come,
Tell-
Skylar.
Tell me who this
Come on in,
is.
Skylar. There's my little
You
girl.
got your
There's
own
Skylar.
microphone. Say hello.
Say hi.
Hi.
So this is baby Batgirl. She'll take over the torch one day. But the thing is, we got a pain epidemic going on in the world, and what the pain epidemic is kids go through things, whether it be a broken home, whether it be child abuse, whether it be anything. They go through things. They hold it inside. They don't talk about it. They don't get the emotional help that they need to process it correctly. So as a result, they grow up. They become adults. Well, now they're broken adults, and as a result, now they have kids, and they pass that pain down to the next generation. The scary thing about the pain epidemic is that every generation that it's passed down to, it gets more violent and it gets more amplified.
Yep.
This is why 30 years ago, we didn't have discussions about school shootings, but we are now, because every generation that we pass this down. You want a scary thought?
What's that?
Here's your scary thought. If we're going to be on the radio talking, we might as well talk about real stuff, right? So here's a scary thought. Have you stopped and thought about what the generation of kids is going to be like that are being raised by their grandparents right now when they have kids? What do you think is going to be going on in our schools 30 years from now if we don't do something to reset this younger generation that we're in right now? So the reason I'm working hard with this generation of kids is I call them the reset generation. When a router gets stuck, you got to hit the reset button, right?
Yep.
Well, this is the reset generation
Yep.
kids. What I mean is we're at a critical time
Yep.
in our world right now.
Absolutely.
To where if these kids don't have some sort of wake-up call and have people coming to them saying, you know what, I messed up, I was abused, I was addicted, but I turned it around, and just because your family's a mess doesn't mean that you have to be a mess too. We need a whole army of people going into these schools sharing that kind of message with these kids so that they can reset and learn how to become chain breakers. Just because we had messed up things in our own family doesn't mean that we have to perpetuate that onto the next generation.
Amen. Yep.
So we have to inspire these kids to become chain breakers. And that means that they're going to be the child, they're going to be the kid in their family that changes their family for generations to come. They're going to be the ones to end that cycle of abuse. They're going to be the ones to end that cycle of addiction. They're going to be the ones to end that cycle of relationship rebounding. Let's get real, right?
Amen.
Yes, sir.
So
let's do a second because we actually have to take a pause for commercial break. But it'll be about a minute.
Bye.
What's up?
Flashlight Recorder and Comfortable Shoes, a simple guide to paranormal investigation. Written by Keith Spratley and Ted Van Son. If you're looking to join the living who research the paranormal or the unknown, this book will guide you into developing your techniques. Reverend Tim Shaw says, the work will guide you along your journey to seek the truth about life after death. Available at Barnes & Noble and Amazon. And you can find a direct link on paratalkradio.com. Get your copy today.
You're listening to WLFE DB Radio Network. Now, back to our program.
And we're back live.
We're back.
Yeah.
We're back.
All right. So, what is the next steps? What are you looking to do? What do you need? And give us some your website information.
Yes, sir.
The website is H4H, the number 4, H4Hcharity.org. What we're looking for now is, there's actually a couple things going on. We've been on a campaign trying to find larger companies or companies that want to actually support the mission through donations because we're a 501c3. So any donations are all tax deductible. And you can go to that website, you can see our board of directors. And we're a 100% charity, meaning that everything that comes in goes out to the outreach.
If you check this website right here, paranormalinc.net, you'll see our YouTube channel. There's links to several things from last year's bash, with Connor getting in the Batmobile and taking his brother, from Batman and McKenna and Connor running through the bash.
Yeah.
The inspiration that comes from this man is phenomenal. And this is a cutie pie right here.
Yeah, she's a mess. She's a mess. So we're so basically H4Hcharity.org is the nonprofit website address there for you to go to, and you can see what we're doing, see how we put the money to work and everything. I've actually got a series of children's books that are about to launch called the Broken Toy Hero series.
Yeah, I've heard about these. Tell me about them.
The concept behind the children's book series is it's a story of, it's all based around one toy, Phoenix. He's a toy Phoenix.
Okay.
And Phoenix has experienced, abuse in Phoenix's life and been thrown into a toy box. But Phoenix, with a lot of other toys, but Phoenix has this enlightening where a great toy comes to Phoenix and says, you know what, regardless of what's happened in your life, you can be great and you can turn this around. So Phoenix has an enlightenment and then goes on to share the enlightenment with the other toys in the box. The neat thing is the characters in the story series are all toys who are experiencing real things that kids today are experiencing. So every toy is going to have its own journey that kids will be able to relate to. Here's the cool thing about the books. You ready for this? God gave me the idea on the books. Each book was literally each storyline through a voice memo was dictated to me on the average of 3 minutes apiece, the entire story of each book.
Oh, wow.
Meaning that every storyline came out, and all I did was take out my phone and do an audio recording about 3 minutes long, 4 minutes long, of the entire story for each book, and then I sent it on to my
Yes, sir.
the publisher,
That guy.
so that they could tweak it, put it into a story form.
Awesome.
So each book, it's the most amazing thing. When you get these books, the most amazing thing to think about is that each story was about a 4-minute
Yes.
inspiration, one line after the other, put into an audio recording.
How do we get hold of these books?
The books, when you keep up on our website, you can also, there's a Facebook link on our website. We'll be announcing then. Hava Publishing is going to be our publisher. We chose Hava. It's an up-and-coming publisher because Hava's not like your typical publisher that'll take 80% of your proceeds. Hava actually is taking a very minimum percentage, and then what we're going to do is after fees and everything are taken care of, then 100% of those net proceeds are going to go into the foundation and go to charity.
Nice.
So we can put that money to work.
I've got to ask an important question. Have you read the books?
No.
She.
Interject for a minute. I thank her for the Girl Scout cookies.
Oh,
You
yeah.
brought Girl Scout cookies and you
Yep.
didn't bring
She
them
did.
to me?
No, I don't have a dog.
Oh, those were yours? The-
Between the two of us, we bought 11 boxes.
That's
oh,
true.
that's a was, not an is.
True. Yep,
Well, I know you're an important man. I just want to say
Yep,
thank
yep.
you again.
Thank you
That's
much.
Yes.
H4H Foundation.
H4HCharity.org.
H4HCharity.org. Please go there. Spread the word about this man's cause. Give it to your boss. Give it to your boss. Give it to your neighbor.
Hey, you know what? Better than that. Come the end of the year, when we get close to Christmas time, all I'm going to ask you to do is, I'm not going to be
We'll
running
be
around
out
begging
here
for donations
Christmas
anymore.
time, too.
What I'm going to just ask people to do is to buy these children's books. They'll probably be priced at $10 a piece. And I'm going to be asking people to buy these things up in droves, because every time you buy a book, that money's going into the charity.
Awesome.
And the books don't have to be just for you. Even if you don't have kids, you know kids that are going through stuff. So if you guys go gangbusters,
True.
and let's say we make this a New York Times bestseller, we got a
Amen,
lot
brother.
of money being pumped out.
Batman, thank you.
Appreciate it,
Thank
guys.
you. God
Bye.
We're out. You ready, Skylar?
bless. Say bye,
See you
Skylar.
maybe in summer.
Come on in, guys. You're next. Come on in. Seriously. Seriously, come on. Come on. We want to talk to you about why you came. Pull up a chair, stay a while. Come on in. We don't bite this way. Ernie, direct these folks to how to come in. Come in. Mega hole. Come on. Walk in. Walk right in. You're coming. Come on. Pull up a chair, stay. Ooh, that fluff. Awesome. There you go. All right, this microphone is not holding very well.
Let's see that.
Who are you and what are you doing here?
Well, I'm Brett. This is Diane. We just
Hi, Brett.
come to
Hi,
check it
Diane.
out.
Awesome. You live around here?
Yes, we do.
Awesome.
Fairfield.
So, how'd you hear about it?
Facebook.
Facebook?
Yeah.
All right, don't be afraid to swallow the mic. Yeah. And tighten that up.
But,
We have an
yeah,
adjustment
that one's
going
hot
on.
you. That's a camera right here.
Yeah, that's it. Yeah. So you're live in the world, so everybody's seeing you on Facebook, like in 900 countries or something like that.
Awesome.
6.7 million viewers.
Really?
Not really.
I feel I should be pushing something, selling something.
So what brought you here? What interested you?
We're kind of into the paranormal a little bit.
So are we, kinda.
A little bit.
Yeah, we're Paranormal Inc. But yeah, we're Paranormal Inc. But we threw the actual para talk out of the chairs. We're doing a radio broadcast. So.
They're part of the network too. So
Hi, Ted.
Okay.
Did you hear somebody?
No. Wait, let me hold that sign.
I gotta fan myself.
That's Ted's #1 fan. Okay. So, but what are you expecting out of this?
Not really sure. Never been here.
Awesome.
You're gonna have an awesome time.
We
Yeah.
didn't expect this.
Yeah, you're gonna have a.
See, you're surprised already.
Yep.
You're gonna if
Our
if
days-
you already like the paranormal, you're gonna be completely hooked after meeting everybody and
Yeah.
talking. And
There's a lot of TV stars that are in there. They'll see you and shake your hand, get
Well,
a
you guys
picture
are
with them.
stars, right?
he is, and he is, and he is.
We pretend to be, but don't know. Yeah.
I'm working to pay off my hotel bill here.
Yeah, they have them do laundry afterward. But
Well, look,
charge it to the town clock. Let the hands work.
we don't want to hold you up because
Yep,
we know
yep.
you're anxious to get in.
well, thank you.
Hey,
Thank
goodbye.
you. Have fun.
Make sure you stop by our booth. You'll see us.
Our next guest is from the show Ghosts of Shepherdstown. She is the hottest psychic medium I know.
I'm just sitting in the middle because I'm getting up and down too much here. There we go.
Now, why are you sitting in the middle? She needs to sit in the middle.
Because
She needs to sit in the middle.
You're sitting over there. I'm getting up and down every time we
That's
have
what
people
she
come
said.
in and out.
Miss, the lovely Miss Lori Johnson.
Thank you for joining us, my dear.
Thank you.
So tell us what's been happening since Shepherdstown.
Traveling a lot, paracons. Of course, I do my own stuff. Readings, healings,
Yep.
past life healings.
Your
past
educational
regression.
series.
I do mentoring a lot.
Yep.
I'm actually getting ready to open a youth camp to
Nice.
teach kids. You know, I was gifted all my life, and I did not have that person to help me. You know, my family, you know, I don't want to say they're Bible bashers or they're, you know, but, you know, I was raised as a Southern Baptist, you know, and my dad, we didn't believe in what I do.
Right.
You know, we thought it was the devil's work and stuff. And then to me, you know, a lot of stuff has been rewritten.
Right.
You know, but I believe that we are, Andrew leaving, I believe that we all are created to be something special about all of us.
Amen.
You know, and we have jobs to do. You know, there's a lot of competition and the paranormal right now that everybody is in competition. But you've got to remember, we're in this doing the same thing.
Yep.
Amen.
I always say that
Our motto is one love.
what I like is I like to say everybody's got their own flavor, and you know
You have to.
I don't know nearly enough to comment on what you do and what your gifts and abilities are, but from an investigator and researcher standpoint, you know what I think makes this work is everyone has their own style.
Absolutely. You
Everyone
have to.
has their own techniques. Everyone has their own beliefs. But the most important thing is, above and beyond all that, we're all in it for one reason.
Absolutely.
And that's what makes it so strong.
You know, a lot of people forget that we're actually giving voices to those that have passed.
Exactly.
You know, when I first came to Pennsylvania, I'd gone to the battlefield, and I had a really young boy walk up to me, and his reality was in his time, and he looked at me. He goes, "Sir, shoot me in my head, just shoot me in my head." And I'm like, "Why do you want me to shoot you in your head?" And he was starving. It was around the time where they did not, they couldn't bring in the beans, and they
Right.
were running out of food. And I kind of like brought him back a little bit into my time, our time. And I told him, I said, "You're in my time, and that you have passed. You are a hero. You have fought for the freedom for people that are still living." And he was still a little bit dumbfounded, so I kind of like sent him to the Blue Cross
Right.
tent
Right.
where they were. He needed help.
And see, a lot of things, like a lot of times, like people I work with and, you know, people around, say, my neighborhood, they're like, they ask me about the paranormal and all that. And their first question is, "Aren't you scared?" And I'm like, no. I mean, we all like that thrill and that little, you know, when we catch something. But when you look at it from the research standpoint or why we're investigating, you know, I've recently changed as far as me personally, when we investigate, and this has a lot to do with hearing everything you say and investigating with you. We get called in and we go in and we help a client or we try to figure something out. But when we leave, it's kind of sometimes like we're just leaving the spirits hanging.
Absolutely.
Like,
Yep.
all right, we used
There's
you
no
for what
closure.
you want. I mean, for what we want. So, you know, my motto now is like, not only are we helping the clients with, we have nowhere near what you have, but from an investigator
way, yes, you do.
standpoint, it's like, what can we do to help the spirits? We're not just here to help the client. We want to help the spirits
Yeah,
too.
and, you know, there's a lot of good teams out there, and I've met a lot of good people today, since Friday, Thursday, since I've been here. You know, there are a lot of people out there doing it for the right reasons, and just because you guys are not psychics and mediums and seers and intuitives, basically you are.
Right.
You are an intuitive, and you're most definitely insensitive, or you would have never gotten yourself into the paranormal period.
Right.
So you're giving answers to acknowledge, allowing them to know that you know that they're there.
Right.
And I don't care if they're haunting you, they're slamming doors. At least you're giving them the acknowledge that you know they're there.
I have a question
and
for
they
you.
need that.
I have a question for you. In one of our seminars, we talk about why we don't provoke. And everybody knows
my
what
goodness.
provocation is when you watch certain shows. This is just my opinion on it, and I want your professional opinion. When we go, like for example, I'm a homebody. So yeah, maybe when it's my time, I may haunt my house.
I don't
Who knows?
think you will.
But here's my question, or my point rather. I don't believe in provoking because I think when everyone is born, we're all born innocent. What path you
Almost
take,
definitely.
what choices you make, I don't feel that should be held against you when this life is over. So I'm not going to come into your house and threaten you. Hey, you're a piece of this, you're a piece of that. Do to me what you did to them.
Yeah, you can't do that because then you're going to linger
I think
more.
if you treat that spirit the way they were born and the way they want to be in the afterlife, I think you're going to have a better.
Yeah, but you've got to remember, a lot of people deal with self-worth, self-love, ego. Once we die, we don't die.
Right.
The body dies.
Yes.
So the thing is that when I believe in reincarnation, I've seen it.
Mm-hmm.
And I've also seen walk-ins, my king, walking past us. So anyways, what I deal with is I deal with those that are stuck. Mm-hmm. And I believe, Ernie, that when you do pass, you're going to be an old man. Really old.
Woo! That is
Stop worrying about it. Number one thing,
my
you've gotta
biggest. Because I'm
I
getting
know.
older now, and my biggest fear.
Hey, watch your lip. I'm older than you.
My not that much.
And you're prettier too.
He wants to
my,
be
my biggest fear is not being here no more. And it's not. I'm not.
But you got to remember something. My father went through this. My uncle went through this. They're both shamans.
Right.
What you're fearing, you're creating. You're opening that door, and you're creating that. You're allowing your body and your brain to believe, I'm not going to last that long.
Right.
So instead of doing that, you say, you know what? I love living life. I love who I am, and I'm going to be a better person by doing what I've got to do.
Right.
Most definitely, when you do pass, you're going to be a white lighter. And white lighters are those that help people while they're alive. And they go to the light with content, no unfinished business, and then they come back and help the dead.
Now, from what I understand, you're going to be with us next week for our full hour show. Are you
I just heard about that.
Yeah.
You did.
I just heard about that.
Yeah, I already said, I'm coming over to pick
I
you up.
I was invited, but I don't know about anything about that after the fact.
Okay, so we'll make off air. We'll do a little bit of more detailing on that.
I'm
But
giving
I have
Ernie
a bus
that.
pass in my pocket. Hang on, it's in my wallet.
You know what?
it's a short bus though.
Yeah, no way, no bus.
So, but I know you're a busy lady. I know you got a lot of reading, so I don't want to take too much of your time because we got a lot to talk about next week anyway.
Yeah.
So you started something, but this upcoming Sunday, 1 week from today, will be our bi-weekly Step Into the Paranormal podcast.
Starting at 7 p.m. Eastern Standard
Yes,
Time.
our special guest will be none other than the lovely Lori Johnson.
So,
Thank you, sir.
Miss Lori, thank you for coming.
Thank you
Stop
very
so
much.
by.
Thank you very much.
We love you.
Thank you very much.
Thank you. You are
Love you
awesome,
guys.
awesome. And by the way, one thing I'm going to say about her, she actually saved my house from burning down, for real. I'm at in Gettysburg when we were there.
We were at the orphanage.
We were at the orphanage. And she says, Dave, I smell something burning in your house. Now, she's never been to my house.
No, I'm remote reviewing.
And she goes, when you walk in the door, there's a TV on your left, which is absolutely true. And I'm still the skeptical when it comes to your world.
You should be.
Well, not anymore. I'm not. After what you no.
Yep.
So she
I
says,
actually did that with Ernie's wife too. I think.
I smell something burning, and I'm like, okay. About 4 days later, I'm in my living room, and I'm like, I smell something burning for real. And my first thought was what she said to me. I go running over to my TV, and sure enough, out of the plug, there's smoke coming out. I pulled it out. I sent you the picture.
Yeah.
It was burning.
Yeah, it was. That's completely true
And that's
story.
a lot of things people don't realize that I see the future as well. So.
Right.
You know,
I damn near fell over. I've replaced the plug. I've replaced the power strip, but if it weren't for her, I would have been like, and my house would have been on fire.
Yeah,
So
I mean,
thank
it's
you.
the things that Lori has advised me on and helped
It's just
me and helped
this
Ruby
woman's
with
amazing. So
is
follow her.
just beyond belief.
Is there any
Yeah.
website they can go to? Anything? Give us your information how people can find you.
my website is www.psychic.Johnson.com, and I go by the Johnson or psychic because a lot of people don't know what a medium is. They don't know what a evidential psychic medium is. They don't know what a shaman is. A lot know what an intuitive medical. I do an animal communicator. So I just stick with the psychic, what people know.
Pam.
Yeah.
All right,
You're
Miss
next.
Johnson.
You're
Thank you
next.
very
Don't
much.
go anywhere.
We will see you
Thank
inside in a few minutes.
Thank you, sweetheart. And for our final guest, we are going to have the most important person here, the Queen of Gettysburg,
No, don't say that.
Queen of Gettysburg.
No.
Miss Pam Berry.
No, I'm not the queen of nothing.
All right, let's start with Gettysburg Ghost Exchange is your where you got your digs are.
Yep, we're at 1015 Baltimore Pike, Gettysburg, right at the bottom of Culp's Hill.
So if you turn on Baltimore Street, coming up, what is that, 15?
Yes.
Yeah.
And you head into Gettysburg, they're
right
on,
there on the
your left
left.
there, that big restaurant.
Yeah, right
That's
before
us.
you get. That's like a biker bar there, right?
It
I
is.
mean, the next thing.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's a good location. You can't miss it. I've been to the store so many times, and man, it's just like it's a hangout. I
Oh,
love
it is. It's great. So 3 years ago, you created this thing called the Gettysburg Battlefield Bash. The first one was in your store.
It was. The first one, we were in our store, the Pike restaurant, and up at Comfort Suites.
Wow.
So we were up the historic Baltimore Pike. We ran out of parking spots, so I knew that my husband and I had found something that the community and the paranormal field wanted to grow. So then we came here to the Wyndham. The first year we had 30 vendors. Last year we had 62 vendors, and this year we have 95. So we have
95.
yeah, we
wow.
have kind
I
of
thought 90. I didn't know.
No,
Wow.
95.
Very nice. Very
Amazing.
nice. So tell us about some of the people that are here. What are they doing? What are they?
Well, we're eclectic. We have some veterans here. We have a guy who takes the dogs and the service dogs, and he trains them. A lot of paranormal, from gems to readings to
Flip.
crystals
Oh.
Hey, Flip,
to
come here. No, come here. Come back.
to-
Come in.
T-shirts
We're
to
recruiting. No,
everything.
I'm not. Don't make me get up.
But
Come on.
it just, I was here, last year was our first year here, Dave and I. And, I mean, you know our thoughts on it. You know how we felt about it. And this year, it was just, I didn't think it could get any better.
Thank you.
And however good it was last year, multiply that by 100. And this year is just, I wish it could be a week long.
I'm kind of sad.
I'm-
This
I'm-
is our
it's-
last day. So if you're in Gettysburg, anywhere near, come
But
out.
the only, and I guess this helps me go home and adjust back to reality. You know, when the lights go out and the doors shut, we all go our separate ways.
But we stay a
But you
family.
know what
Yep.
gets me through it though? For once, Dave and I, when we go somewhere, it's always 5-6 hours, travel. Out of everybody here, I'm probably like the closest. I mean, outside of Gettysburg, I'm like the closest one to Gettysburg. So that kind of helps me adjust back to reality, that I can come up here and go to the exchange and see you guys and hang out and investigate anytime I
Yeah,
want.
that's
You know,
exactly it.
It just like helps the heart.
We got to introduce this man real quick. So, you got to slide in real quick. Slide.
Slide
Tell us who
in.
you are. Whoa, where's your hand and why am I smiling? Who are you and what are you doing here?
I was Steve Barry's husband before Pam was his wife.
Uh-huh. What?
And I am the closest person to Gettysburg since I'm about 7 miles down the road.
Ah,
Thank you.
but I said outside of
I am
Gettysburg.
outside of Gettysburg.
You lose.
Outside of
Where's my
Pennsylvania.
prize? Do I win Army Men?
This is my boy Flip. So, his EVPs that he gets are just amazing.
That's the rumor.
No, he got the one over at the Haunted Trails in the bedroom when we were doing the kids, where I'm running mine.
That didn't sound right.
I
Rephrase that.
All right, Dave speaking, take two, and action. We were up in a bedroom with several people getting EVPs. Better?
Much better than
There you
doing
go.
the kids.
It was one of the kids' room up there, and I got absolutely nothing on me. He gets somebody saying, "Get out, F you, get out." And
They
I'm
were
like,
talking
I'm
to-
playing mine
They were
back.
talking to Dave.
Oh, is that what they're?
Yeah.
Oh, so they're telling him, okay, I get it. Flip. I just wanted to make sure that get you out on there a little bit. So
Thank you so much.
Thank you, my brother.
Appreciate it.
Mr. Busy Man.
So, Miss Pam.
Yes.
So, the bash has gotten very large. So how about some of the bands that are going out outside, the DJ that's going outside?
We have Mr. Kelly DJing today. That's who you should grab right now.
Who?
John Buckman.
We already grabbed him. He's
Oh,
already
okay.
been on.
He
All
was
right.
like 3 guests.
All
yeah,
right.
we already had him.
And we had Backyard Hooligans, and we had Olivia from The Voice.
Yes.
Today is karaoke. Not karaoke, I'm sorry. Today is DJing all day, so come on out. And
And how much does it cost to get in here?
$10 per person for the entire weekend, not $10 per day, $10 per person. Children under 7 are free.
Awesome, awesome, awesome.
Well, look, Miss Busybody, we don't want to hold you up, but we had to grab.
Yes, there's a haunted prison door for sale.
We had to grab you up because.
Thank y'all.
I mean, we've been sitting here cracking jokes and all, but in all sincerity, we cannot tell you, can't even begin to put in words what you and Steve and everybody does.
Yep.
What it means.
The King and Queen of Gettysburg,
And
Miss Pam Berry.
I mean, being here is an honor, but being part of it is just.
Amen.
We can't even thank you enough.
Well, thanks for having me, and thanks for coming and being a part.
We will call you tomorrow about starting work on next year's Gettysburg
Yes.
Bash.
Yes, it starts tomorrow. for next
Gettysburg
year.
Battlefield Bash, Part 4.
Part 4.
Be there
Thank
or
you very
be
much.
square.
We love you.
Miss
love
Pam, mwah. Love you, sweetheart.
Oh, and don't forget, if you want to come and stay at a haunted bed and breakfast, the Lookout House.
House.
Yep.
I
How
have
do they
been
get in touch
there.
with you?
You
How do they get
definitely
in-
want to check it out.
717-521-7465.
Give her a call. Make an appointment.
That's my
You can
personal
check
cell
in,
phone
but you
number.
can't
Find it
check
on,
out.
Find it on Facebook. Thank you, Pam.
Well, guys, this is the end of our show. We want to tell you thank you for listening and tuning in. We love you guys. One love.
Thanks,
Peace out.
everybody, for coming out this weekend. See you on the next episode.
Check out more podcasts like this one at WLFE-DB.com. And check us out on Facebook, Instagram, Twitter, and so much more. Make sure you like and follow WLFE-DB Radio Network, where you're part of the family.